This is lo-fi as hell, this podcast.
That's what it's meant to be.
Yeah. No, I'm saying it's like, I'm just like reiterating to like the fans of our lives. Okay, well, this podcast doesn't have a name.
Okay.
But we're just like friends. We're just like girlies. Girlinas.
So let's talk about...
Should we like introduce ourselves?
Sure.
How do we know each other? Who are we? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm obviously Luisa. I'm obviously a comedian. Like, you guys are obviously here because you're fans of my life. No, I'm just kidding.
Hi, I'm Daniel.
So
I know Luisa because I let her sit in our office.
We used to work at MTV together.
So we used to work at MTV together. I was there first.
No, you thought you were like
she copied off of me.
Daniel, when I started working there, you thought you were like the king of MTV, and you were like,
yeah.
Anyone new that came in, you were like, you have to prove like guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah, you have to prove your worth to sit in our area.
So I eventually did, and so I don't even remember what happened, but everybody was talking at one point, and you just go, he whips his head around and goes, "We let you sit with us." I was like, wait, who is this? And now we're best friends.
Yeah. Did you really start after me?
Yeah. You were like well established. I remember being like, okay, sorry, no guests on this podcast. Just kidding. This is Copper. He's our producer.
Copper, come over here.
Copper's our producer.
Come up here.
It's okay.
Come up. Come on. Get comfortable. Okay.
Yeah, you were there for a while before me. And like Carson, I can't name one other person we used to work with. Virginia. I literally just racked my brain. I can't think of one coworker. No, yeah, the social team was there before. So we used to work at MTV, and we would like fuck off and like go to Starbucks.
And it doesn't matter anymore now because the department we were in is closed.
No, not even the department. The company.
The company
MTV
shut
News.
down.
MTV News does not exist.
Doesn't exist. We got out while there was still time.
We got out while there was still time before the ship sank.
Yeah.
Once I proved my worth, honestly, in the workplace.
We became best of friends, and we turned that place upside down. I feel like people were so annoyed with us.
That place. We used to put a mannequin in Daniel's chair and dress it in clothing and then leave. But
I would put a tutorial on the screen because
smartest thing I've ever seen in my life, by the way.
I was a video editor
and the
producer.
software you use is Premiere.
Yeah. So I would find a tutorial on YouTube, and this is a hack for anyone.
This is a hack for anybody who works in an office. Yeah.
Find a tutorial of the software that you use, and then just play it full screen. Get a mannequin, put it in a hoodie in your chair, and then put the mouse somewhere you can't see it, and then just leave.
Go to Starbucks. Go home.
We would go to Starbucks or go to McDonald's or go somewhere across the street because we worked in Times Square.
This mannequin, we would put a hood on it, and it would be sitting there in the mouse. Because it was a tutorial, the cursor on the computer would be moving around, and it'd be like editing footage. So if you walked by, you're like, damn, he's really like in the zone. He's zoned in.
Headphones on.
Headphones. Yeah, we would put the headphones over it, and the thing would be like editing. It was like honestly the most brilliant thing I've ever seen. My desk was in the corner,
so
nobody cared about me, and also nobody cared about me. That's a theme of my life.
Know what you did.
Nobody knows what I do or did. Like that's a theme of my professional life, is that like continue to just make lateral moves across the industry. Like I have never made my way up. I just go to different companies and do the same sort of meaningless shit. But that's because I have other stuff that I'm good at, you know? Yeah. Like I have my stand up, I have my other stuff.
You do stand up?
Yeah, so I do. Well, I haven't recently because I've
tell us.
Been so okay. So let's get into it.
Are we supposed to be laughing this whole time?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Of course. So let's get into it. I had a medical emergency.
Emergency.
Which I was due for a medical emergency, if we're being honest, because I get one every now and then. Like at least once a year, I go to the ER just to like check in. How are you guys?
See my favorite nurse, Judy.
See my favorite nurse. Danielle and I were supposed to podcast on, I believe, Friday.
So we've been trying to podcast for a long time.
Years.
Always just something comes up, and that's just how it is, because it is like kind of, I feel like a little awkward to start a podcast. It's like
daunting. It's awkward. It's like, what do we do?
You want it to be perfect and look a certain way and la 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 la. And it's just like two more white people starting a podcast.
I know, but we're two really funny white people. and one of us is gay. So I don't bring my. One of us is a woman. So at this point, like,
And
there's
women
no
are
straight men
women are
here.
hated here in this country.
And women are not. It's not looking good
for you.
us.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
We'll get to that later.
But we wanted to podcast for a long time. So we had set a date. We're like, okay, Friday, we're going to do it.
And
Friday
it was like
at 4
a for
p.m.
sure date. Like,
for
I
sure. It
felt
was
like
in my calendar.
we're doing this.
Yeah, it was in my calendar.
I
and, like,
rearranged things, everything.
if it goes in my calendar, it's happening.
Yeah.
So anyways, I text Daniel at like 2 and I was like, hey, I'm having like horrific pains in my stomach. And I was on my toilet for truly like hours and just like sitting there like screaming and crying.
And we'll put the picture in.
And we will we'll put the video evidence overlay right here. Just really hurting. And like I go to bed at like 9.
We were supposed to pod.
At like 4.
Friday. Yeah.
But at 4, I was
not feeling
in
good.
excruciating pain on the toilet. And I was like, I don't know how to, when like you cancel something and you're literally not lying, but it's like, I'm not lying. Like,
because most of the time we cancel things, it's because
we
we're
do
lying.
lie. Yes. This was not a lie. This was like, I'm dead ass. I was on my toilet till 1 a.m. when I said, maybe that we take this to the emergency room. Because I started reading about it and I thought that I was having kidney stones or a kidney infection because my back was killing me. My stomach right here was killing me. I was holding a hair dryer up to my stomach because it like made it feel better. Or I would like lay on the shower with like hot water on me. And I was like, this is, when something's like not normal with your body, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, so I'm going to the emergency room. I go, they test me for everything. They're like, it might be kidney stones or a kidney infection. They test for those and they're like, everything came back clean. It could be an early kidney infection. So we'll give you the antibiotics, but we're going to do a CAT scan just in case it's a appendicitis or something.
Oh, which is going to be the worst.
No, literally the worst. And I would have had to get surgery. So I get in that machine and they like zoom me in and out of it. And then like 2 hours later they come back and she sits down and she's like, she's like, hey, so it doesn't look like appendicitis, but you do look quite constipated. And I was like, gag. Because that's how my grandma died.
Really?
Dead ass. Yeah, it's funny because she's 100, so you can laugh. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
wait, so it's like foreshadowing.
No, so literally they were like, you're constipated. I'm usually pretty regular, but this, I guess I don't know. I was at like a work event where I was eating a lot of shit. I just was not
doing
in a good
gag stands.
I was also doing keg stands at work. I should be fired. I have this thing.
That was the night because we were like, oh, okay.
That's
was
it. As long as I'm not hungover, we'll podcast.
And you weren't hungover, but something else came up.
Yeah. So I was doing keg stands on Thursday night, and Daniel was probably like, oh, she's going to be hungover. I wasn't hungover despite the keg stands and everything. I just did get really badly constipated.
You got ill.
And I'm still waiting to shit, to be honest.
That's so wild.
My stomach is hard as a rock.
Really?
And then I got home. My mom was like, that's how all the women in our family die. Like, we're cursed with like, she's like, you can't let it happen to you. I'm sending you fiber gummies. You can't let this happen again. Like, you're going to die from this. And I was like, okay, so the women in my family are cursed with constipation and it's like already happening to me. So that's essentially what happened. And then they send me home from the emergency room and I had to like tell everyone like, oh no, it was nothing. I'm just constipated.
You didn't have to tell everyone. Well, here we are.
You didn't have to, but you did. No, I had to tell like I was like texting my family while I was there. I was like, I literally have kidney stones. Like I have kidney stones and they were all freaking out. And then the next morning I was like, so I'm going to need a laxative.
Like, but do they make like a heavy duty one?
No, so they prescribed me like a gentle one, and I was like, I'm trying to like blast
off.
I'm trying to blast of my asshole. So they were like, just stick with the easy stuff. But I went onto the black market. I went on to the Uber Eats CVS, and I got regular laxatives. Sorry, our producer's like rubbing his back. He's so cute. But yeah, so that's why this has taken us so long to get up and going. But today's the perfect day because he's literally going like this. Today's the perfect day because we're seeing
Wicked. Yeah, I wanted to do this. I wanted to just have a quick little pre-Wicked conversation. Check-in. Temperature check before we see it.
I think it's important because you are...
I'm a big fan and a big Ariana fan. as
Like
the
Die
listeners
Hard.
might know.
Like Die Hard for Ariana and Wicked. Which would you say is like more?
Ariana first, but
Okay.
I also do love Wicked, and it's just a combination of my interests that just happened to
Like it's
perfectly
gonna be
align.
insane. Seeing it with you is going to be so fun.
I don't know how I'm gonna react.
There's no one I'd rather see
I'm
it with.
nervous to go, and I feel like we're about to go to a concert.
Yeah,
You
you're
know,
like, I want to
like-
leave 2 hours
we
in
saw
advance.
Ariana together.
Yeah, we did. We saw Ariana at MSG in a box seat
Oh,
with
yeah.
MTV.
Sorry about it.
Box seats, honey.
Sorry.
That's the only way. That's the only way.
Tell them how we got the box seats.
We had to give like 1 can of soup to the homeless, right?
We had to go.
Wasn't
We
that it?
literally wait. Let's just tell the story really quick. They were doing a Thanksgiving giveaway
Yeah.
of like, okay, if you donate for Thanksgiving like canned goods, then you'll be entered in this raffle or to come to the box seats.
Yeah.
At Ariana Grande, the Sweetener tour. We went and got cans for everyone in our little section, the Oasis, to donate.
Yeah.
And we went up to the little talent place and donated. Like, this is for Luisa. I don't remember if you were there, but
Well, I would remember you guys did it for me because
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
we donated the cans. And then, because I guess not a lot of people donated, everyone who donated got access to the box. And so I had already had tickets for the
Oh,
show.
yeah.
So I went again or just didn't use my tickets or anyway. And so we just had the time
You
of
had
our
double
lives.
set of tickets. You
Yeah.
had close up tickets and you had box seats.
Oh,
so
because
you were
I
going
don't
back
know
and
if-
forth.
Okay, so you didn't have tickets, and
you
I got
gave
you.
me.
I gave you one of my tickets,
Yep.
and then we snuck you up to the box.
Yeah, I remember. I came
Yeah.
out of the elevator and I was like, "Where are they?" And I ran into you and we
And
went
it
up
was
to the
perfect
box.
timing.
It was the elevator opened
And
and,
I
you
was
were
there.
right there. It was perfect. But that was so much fun, and I feel like,
So now we're seeing Wicked tonight,
which is not just Ariana, but it's a combo of your
yeah,
passions, and you can't see it right now, but there are 2
yeah.
stunning Christmas trees
Well, yeah, but-
decorated
yeah.
Wicked style.
It's a pink tree and a green
It's
tree.
stunning. We can't show it yet because Daniel's gonna go viral on TikTok for it.
Imagine if I did.
You will.
This was like my election night project and my Halloween project, and so I've been working on it for the past like 2 weeks, and it
I mean, it
has
looks
been
so
like a
good.
weird, not a weird, but like such a fun creative outlet because I've been working on little bits as I get home, and like new ornaments would come in and everything. And
No, it's so cute.
they're
I
super
can't even
cute.
believe it.
I have like Barbie dolls suspended from the ceiling. You'll see at some point.
Oh, it's so good. We'll have to show it.
But yeah, I was talking to my roommate this morning. I was like, I feel like I'm nervous to see it, but it's just because of like all of the happy excitement emotions.
Are you worried it's gonna be like a letdown?
No.
At all?
I'm not worried that it's going to be a letdown. I think it's going to be so good. It's already getting amazing reviews. And
That's good. I didn't see that.
yeah, a lot of critics. Like
It's a lot of build up,
a lot of build
which is what makes it stressful.
yeah.
I
And,
think.
like it's just I don't know. I'm excited for it. I think it'll be such a moment.
Like I feel like you're gonna burst into tears.
I think I will.
I think you will.
And I think it's going to be really hard for me not to sing.
Yeah, dude, I'm worried about. I think it's gonna be like a sing along because we are going. Let me preface, it is not even out yet, so we got like early tickets. Like this is gonna be the theater kids who want.
These are the kids like me who are like fans and really like it plugged into it. Anyway, you have to be a Prime member to buy tickets, and there was only one showing. So I like instinctively bought 6 tickets, even though we already had tickets to see it
On Wednesday.
Oh.
But also, you can sing. I think if everyone else is
No
singing,
one
you
can sing. I think people are gonna get mad because we want to hear Ariana sing.
We
want
wanna
to
hear
hear Cynthia Erivo sing.
Here's my thing. I'm not a huge Ariana fan, but I am an Ariana fan. I'm not a huge Wicked fan, but I am a Wicked fan. So we've got 2 levels here where
Yeah.
I do think it's going to be really actually amazing. And I could even see myself being like, am I crying? But it's a different level, like you and I going to see it. But I think that there's going to be like, dude, I don't know. Do you think there's going to be like theater kids singing and shit?
I don't know. Like everyone says theater kids,
I've
and
been
there's a
seeing
lot
TikToks
of
that are like, if you want to hear, like, if you're going to go early, you better be ready for like people in the theater to be singing. And I'll tell you right now, if people in the theater are singing, one of two things is going to happen. I'm going to bop them on the head
with my Glinda
with
cup.
with my Glock. yeah, with my Glinda cup. Which, by the way, we're getting all the merch. We're
going early. We're gonna get all the merch. If it's sold out, I'm crazy.
Glinda cup, hat cup, popcorn buckets.
There's 3
wands.
popcorn buckets. They might have wands.
We're getting wands. Like we're getting.
We
it
need
all.
everything.
Yeah.
I need to have one of everything. I don't know. I think it's because I don't need any of that stuff, and it's all like frivolous but it's just like
I love a souvenir.
I love a souvenir, and it's like the little memories that you have with it. Like one day I'll have my cup still, and I'll give it to my child. But I'm not gonna have kids. But like back in 2024, we went and saw Wicked Part 1 before the world collapsed.
Before the world burned to the ground, we had popcorn cups. Like we're gonna get that. We're gonna get that
Can
stuff.
you imagine like trying to explain this to someone like 100 years from now?
No,
we have popcorn
also,
buckets shaped
100
like
years
hats.
back.
Yeah.
My favorite joke on the internet is like, this would kill a Victorian child. Like this would kill a pilgrim. This entire outing that we're doing right now, like, would just knock a pilgrim
dressing
dead.
up for it.
Yeah.
Going to see people
Pink
sing
and
on
green.
the screen.
Yeah, like what are we doing? It's like there is like a lot of wars happening, and we acknowledge that fully. But sometimes you need to go to an early screening of Wicked.
I think Wicked is coming at a very opportune time for everything, and it's interesting. I don't know if you knew this. I'm like, is the story of Wicked has very similar parallels to the political climate now.
Yeah, because there's like an egotistical, like wanting power person, and someone that wants to
doesn't have any powers but tricks everyone into.
Is that Glinda?
No, that's Oz, the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, duh. Sorry.
Glinda.
Oz.
Yeah. And so.
And they think he's going to save them and help them.
Yeah,
but really,
because he makes the animals.
I wasn't expecting.
He makes the animals.
This beautiful.
in the land of Oz, he others them.
Right.
So like he like gives people an enemy.
Yep.
Which is
the animals, right?
Yeah, animals with a capital.
They're like something
A.
bad. Something
is
bad
happening
is
in
happening in Oz.
Okay,
I'll sing that part.
This is not a theater podcast.
No, by the way.
This is just.
Oh yeah, by the way, this is just episode 1.
We don't know what this podcast is going to be.
We don't even know what this is.
I think we're just having fun and having a little chit and a little chat.
We're having a chit.
Seeing what happens.
Yeah.
We'll just
whatever needs to happen, but it's not a musical theater podcast.
Yeah.
This is just
Sorry, we're talking about Wicked so much.
Episode.
Yeah. And then I want to record us right after.
Okay.
And just. Oh my God.
So good. That was better than I ever could have dreamt it would be.
Ever. Now.
Ever.
My favorite part was One Short Day.
Mine too.
That was my favorite.
Yeah,
part.
that was so unexpectedly my favorite part.
I don't want to give
I want to live there. I want to live in that city.
But like I'm just gonna say it.
When the surprise happened.
Like it was so hard not to
scream
and
cry.
The hardest part of the whole movie was not to vocally react out of turn.
Yeah, out of turn is the key word.
Because I don't want to disturb it for other people, so we were doing that fake clapping.
We were clapping like we would like not put our hands together all the way.
I'm out of breath.
I actually need to prime. I'm out of breath. Goodbye. Can I help you? His face, he's very like.
He wants you to pet him. Copper, come over here. I'll scratch with his little hoodie on. This is from his E.T. costume. He was Elliot.
Oh my God.
For Halloween, and I was
Maisie
E.T.
won't let me put clothes on her. It sucks.
Really?
No, she won't. She'll bite me. That's it?
No words. So Copper's kind of funny. We call him Sneaky Barker because he doesn't bark, if you noticed, at all when humans, that's so weird to say.
Is it like who else?
When humans are in the presence of him. But as soon as you leave, he'll get up over there on that part of the couch and just howl until we come home.
In front of, like when you guys leave.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Maisie doesn't do that, but she will bark at like men she doesn't like, which you've experienced before.
Yeah, Maisie doesn't know what to do with me. But I did put a wig on one time.
Yeah, one time Daniel was over at my apartment, and Maisie, my little chihuahua, was like screaming in his face. Like, she hates men. She like is
This
so
is so
scared.
genius of us to do.
Daniel goes into the closet. I have a bag of wigs into the actual closet, not the homophobia closet.
Back into the closet.
He goes back into the closet. I have a bag of wigs in there. And I was like, just throw a wig on and see what happens. He puts on this long blonde wig and a pink coat. And he comes out and he's like, hi. And Maisie was like, hey, girly. Like, so excited to see him. Her. And I'm like, are you dumb? Like, she's dumb.
Yeah, she didn't really put two and two together.
She couldn't like smell or see that you had the same exact face or the same like anything.
Did you see that dogs smell colors?
No way. What do you mean?
Like that's how their senses work or something.
Can someone fact check that?
I don't know. I saw it in a trailer of a Netflix documentary.
Oh, we got to watch that then and report back.
Yeah. Do we need to say anything more about ourselves or introduce what the podcast is?
Well, we don't know yet, do we? Are we
I
figuring
guess-
it out in real time?
Are we figuring this out in real time? So come along with us as we figure out how to make a podcast.
Like,
It's like nerve-wracking being vulnerable.
totally.
But
But
your whole ass is out online.
My whole ass is out. Like, this
You're
isn't
like-
necessarily new to me. Like, being
Right.
vulnerable and being like, oh, I was in the hospital for like constipation. Like, that's not new to me, you know? So I think it's worked for me to be like, oh, this is exactly who I am. This is exactly every thought that goes through my mind.
Like,
Okay.
what's our point of difference?
So here's the thing. If you're working with a brand, like we do for work, you're working with a brand and you're saying like, okay, who's our audience? Because they actually do need to reach a certain group that's going to buy their products, right?
Or try and get new groups to buy it.
Or try and get new groups to buy it. We're just kikiing.
Yeah. Who wants to listen
And
to
who
us?
wants to join in? Maybe no
Join
one.
in the conversation. Call now.
Call in now at 1-800-KIKI-MY-KIKU. Kiki. 1-800-KIKU-KALANIs. And then
Julene is standing by.
Julene, my favorite ER nurse, is standing by with a headset in hand to answer your
Julene.
questions.
Oh my God, I love Julene.
Yeah.
Do you actually know your nurse's name?
No, I completely made that up.
You
I
blacked it out?
completely made that up, blacked it out. No idea. I also really like these lights. I just
Oh
want to
yeah,
say.
we replaced those lights.
Okay, I want to, once we hang up on this thing, ask you about that because I want those.
They're
But I
literally
think,
$30 on IKEA.
Really?
Yeah, they're so cheap.
Oh, I need that. Just kidding.
I think we're good.
Yeah, I do. We're just funny. Like, I know that we're funny, so fuck off if you don't want to listen because you're gonna want to get in. You're gonna want to get in at the ground level. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
We'll find our flow, and this is just a fun little whatever.
Yeah.
I guess in my head, honestly, I'm thinking about it from like my work point of view of like, what's the point? What's the point of difference? Who's the audience? Like, why would we make this? All these things that we ask brands when they want to make a piece of content, and
Yep.
like, what is it gonna do to sell A, B, and C or D? You know, and so that's why, like, if I can't answer that in my head, I feel
You're
like
like,
I'm
what are
just
we
spinning
doing?
my wheels.
Yeah, but that's not true.
But that's not the case.
That's not how comedy and like podcasting works. I feel like a lot of times, well, it is, but I feel like a lot of times it's just the chemistry. We also have to come up with those answers at some point.
Right.
But for now, this was our Wicked intro episode.
Anything that you want to say quickly about Wicked?
Oh, no, I started listening to the soundtrack like
We're gonna
3
listen
weeks
to
ago.
it after this.
Yes, we need to put it on immediately. I started listening to the soundtrack like 2 weeks ago. Now I know because I saw it when I was younger and I like vaguely know the plot and I really liked it, but I was never like a big Wicked fan. But I started listening to I knew the big ones. I knew Popular. I knew Defying Gravity. Whatever. I started listening to it again 2 weeks ago and it is just so fucking good. I know everything now and I'm just like ready to go. I'm so ready to go tonight. And I'm gonna order I'm gonna get so much candy and food and I'm going all out
pumped.
because I'm not pooping anyways. So I'm just gonna keep eating until it all comes out of my head. I don't know.
Yeah, it's gotta pop at
It's
some
gonna
point.
pop at some point. We don't know when, but maybe it's during Defying Gravity. I don't know.
Please no. What if you?
Please no.
Please, sir.
Please no.
Okay, but listen. What if that happens at the apex of the movie. You get the sudden
Well, then I
movement,
go alone. I don't
but
bother
we have
anyone
another-
else.
We have another ticket on Wednesday.
It's also fine. If it's you, it's different because you don't want to miss any part of it. I don't really either, but I won't be like devastated because I need to at some point. So if it happens during Defying Gravity, that's when it has to happen.
Defying gravity.
You know, like I will blast the
Are you
out
in
of
the
here.
other
I'll be on a
room?
broom like in the sky.
Ah!
Yeah, exactly. Ah! So that's what
my
I have to say. That's it for me. Okay.
Okay, well, thank you for
See you next. Okay, kissy
all right.
kissy.
Why did I do that?
Mwah.
Bye, Copper.